Welcome back to Supers Live. We just finished up the Randy Witkum Memorial. 34 minutes 17 34 minutes 17 seconds race, 125 laps. We've got your second place finisher Keith Powell, a tie, had a shot at winning his first Randy Witkum Memorial, and also Keystone Nationals Championship coming up just short by one finishing position. Keith certainly had a good run out there, leading the most laps, 63 laps led by Keith Powell. Keith, tell us exactly what happened to you, caused you to lose the lead there as you hit the wall in the backstretch.
Yeah, thanks, Bobby. Man, my arm just started going to sleep about 50 laps in, and it just kind of got worse and worse, and just lost focus there and caught the wall, and it knocked me back to fourth. But I mean, you guys was coming anyhow. I had like a 2.7 lead, and I'm not good at leading. I'm good at following and saving my stuff, and I was just starting to pace. I just was setting the pace slower. I saved some tires. I mean, the car was still good at the end after trying to knock down the back straightaway wall. But yeah, I built a lead up, and then I just started losing it. And yeah, what a battle! I dropped back to fourth, and then Rob and Steve and you watch you guys battle, and then you started pulling away, and they had a battle just all race long. And there at the end, it just got into a dogfight between them, and I was able to slide through 3 and 4. So it was a good run, good week. Had a blast. Um, I just want to say, we're thinking about the Randy Wickham family, and we'll always be thinking about you guys. And good run for you, Bobby. Man, you was just fast out there tonight. How'd your race go, and how'd your week go? Congrats on being the Keystone Nationals champ this week.
Well, thank you, Keith. I don't like to talk too much about myself, but this was a good race. I needed this one tonight. Losing last night. This one's for sure a real good one, and I wouldn't have had it, I don't think, if you had quite a lead going out there. I had Rob hard on my tail. He raced me so clean out there. Steve was right on his tail. Carl in the beginning of the race. Carl Becker had a really good race car. And I was kind of content to sit there and run with Carl. You pulled away. I've been through this so many times where, somebody goes out and is the jackrabbit and gets out a big lead. And I've learned not to worry about that too much. I was getting concerned when you were way ahead there, but great job by Carl then. And then got the wall and saw Nelson get the wall. The wall was tough on everybody here tonight. I think I got into it a couple times. I let it play out and didn't force the issue. And I don't know what happened back there. That's what they dropped back. I was a little scary when I saw sparks fly off the 41, and I thought, boy, I've been in this situation before. Get collected. Hats off to everybody, and thanks for tuning in. First night and here the last night. We won't forget Randy. Isman no longer without the Randy. I just want to say, thinking about the Wickham family, 99, there that night, I've ever seen in my life. So this one is pretty special. I really, though, I want to dedicate this win to my good friend that I lost here recently, a friend of Supermodified Racing, Jim Belfiore. Jim Belfiore, legendary Supermodified car builder, and legendary is the Wickham name, the Belfiore name. And Jim was a dear, wonderful friend of mine, huge supporter of what we do here at Supers, and sure do miss the guy. I think about him a lot. Shout out to Jim Belfiore and say this wins for him. Great racing out there.
Oh, thanks, Bobby. And again, congrats to you. And I think that's kind of what makes this league special is we remember just all the people that has supported Supermodified racing over the years, and we like to support it in our own little way. So thanks to Supers, and congrats again, Bobby. Good job tonight, buddy.
Thanks so much, Keith. Let's take a quick moment here to talk to the guy that came home in third place, Rocket Rob Warren, three-time winner, now joined by myself. I can't believe it. I didn't think anybody get this race more than twice, but Rob did it, and two-time Keystone Nationals champion. Rob, you know what it takes to get it done tonight, but fell just a little bit short out there. What exactly happened between you and Steve Callahan into the race to allow Keith Powell to get by?
Well, really, nothing happened between me and Steve. My right arm went numb. Very, very similar to what happened to Keith Powell. Carpal tunnel in my right arm. And I took that hand off the wheel to scratch my temple and at the same time wipe a bead of sweat off, because right then, all of a sudden, I got wicked hot. And it was, I don't know, 70, 75, maybe 80 laps into the race. I was really content to follow you, man. Congrats on your win, by the way. And, I mean, I was just really content to follow you. Like you said, I was very nervous when Keith started to get a 3-second lead. And then I'm like, man, you know, should I start to pressure Bob? And I didn't think it was time yet. You know, it was very early in the race. And then I just started seeing us pick tenths of a second off on Keith. And by following you, I could use your draft to maintain a pace, as well as enter the corner higher and drive off lower. And I thought that was saving tires. And once you took the lead, I had another bead of sweat on my temple. I went to scratch it, and I smacked the outside wall. And once I smacked that outside wall, Steve was right on my tail. We raced for, I don't know, 18, maybe 20 laps, and, you know, as clean as could be, but I could see the 55 wings show up on my screen every now and again, and I'm like, man, I am slowing him up. I've got to calm myself down. And now you've got like a 2.8, 2.9 second lead and stretching it. And my right hand went numb again. But I heard something behind me, and I looked up, and I'm like, man, I got a 1.7 second lead over third place. So let me try and shake this off my right hand again. And, man, I just blasted like 3 corners in a row and lost 4, 5 tenths of a second each corner. Not lap, each corner. So all of a sudden, Steve's right there again. And I messed up Steve's race. You know, I was giving him all the room on the outside I could. And obviously, Jennerstown's a tough track to pass when you've got a great car. But when you're 90 to 100 laps into a race, it's really tough to pass at all, period. So I was more in protection mode. And then with 2 to go, man, my right hand was just throbbing. I entered turn 1 way too hot, way too high. Couldn't make the apex, couldn't get near the bottom at all. The 41 showed his wheels all the way down the backstretch. Had a fantastic pass. Congratulations to Keith on second. And that's where we finished, you know. The last 2 laps, I couldn't hold a line, let alone try and catch up to him. So congrats on your run, Bob. Congrats to Keith. I hope Steve's not too mad at me. And you know, we'll be thinking about Randy and his family, as well as, you know, all of our friends that we've raced with, you know, presently and in the past.
Thanks so much, Rob. Congratulations on a podium finish here again. One of those shows that been able to run really well at. Rocket Rob Warren out of Pulaski, New York, your third place finisher here tonight. Steady Steve Callahan out of Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, comes home with a fourth place finish. Almost, there's a guy that has a wonderful finishing record at this particular race, as a matter of fact, down through the years. Has rarely been out of the top 8 positions, and does it again with a top 4. Nelson Rodrigues with a good run in for 5th place. Let's talk to Nelson real quick as Nelson, is just his second Randy Witkum Memorial, and a very long and arduous race, and doesn't have a lot of experience with NASCAR Heat. Nelson, do you feel that you're finally getting the hang of this particular gaming platform, and how do you feel about your race tonight? Fewer laps down this year than last year.
Yeah, I'm just starting to get the hang of it. I'm not at the level of the leaders, but at least I feel pretty confident I can try to stay out of the way, and it'll take a while for the leaders to catch me. But yeah, it's tough platform to get a handle of. But I just took my time and just kept racing, and and I saw Carl hit the wall, and I said, oh, he's starting to slow down. And then I got by him, and I just kept running the same pace, and I ended up where I was, so I was pretty lucky.
Well, Nelson, being that car is sponsored by Star Speedway, certainly you know the Witkum name very well. Can you relate to the fans that may be watching here tonight how important and iconic the Witkum name is, and what a loss it was to have Randy killed at Jennerstown?
Yeah, the Witkum family, I want to shout out to you all. We miss Randy a lot, and to back to the Witkum family, that's a staple of Star Speedway. They have been one of the major super modified teams up there, and it's a special day. If you can win this race, it's a real special one.
Nelson Rodrigues giving his thoughts on Randy Witkum and the Witkum family here tonight as we close up the evening with final rundown here. Bob Gangwer with the win. Keith Powell in for second. Rob Warren in for third. Steve Callahan fourth. Nelson Rodrigues fifth. And Carl Bonsai Becker leading 3 laps tonight. Had a pretty good race car early in the show, but got into the fence. Comes home in 6th place. Well, fans, you want to make sure you come back next week, as we've got another very good race coming at you. First time for Supers to race at the very, very famous Thompson International Speedway, site of the ISMA show at the World Series of Asphalt Racing in October. We will be racing for the first time there, a 50-lapper for the New England 50 coming up after many years of being at Stafford Motor Speedway. Now on a rotation through the New England tracks, through the New England states. The New England 50 will take place at Thompson International Speedway next Tuesday night, and you'll be able to tune in and see it live right here on Twitch and supers.net via Supers Live at 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll want to make sure you tune in for that, and there'll be plenty of racing for you to enjoy. And don't forget, if you liked what you saw here tonight, we would love to have you hit that follow button on Twitch as we work to try to become an affiliate with Twitch. And every click helps, and every view helps, and every share helps. Please hit that follow button and let us know what you thought of the content here tonight as well. You can go to supers.net, click into the site, and then hit the contact page. Send us an email. Let us know if you like what you're seeing, what we could do better, or what more you would like to see. And we want to please you, and we want to make everything good for you folks, because we want to teach people about the real super modified. It actually starts racing this weekend. The first race coming up for the Super Modifieds at Madera Speedway. And the California Super Modified Series racing at Madera this weekend. So your chance to see Super Modifieds in the Central Valley of California. A little bit while longer before the East Coast kicks off, or Ohio. But if you want to learn more about Super Modified racing and where you can see them run, you want to go to supers.net, click into the site, and then click the About tab and go to Supermod 101. And everything you want to know about Super Modified racing and what makes these cars the ultimate short track race car. It's the only thing that we race here at Supers, the original Super Modified sim racing sanction We exist to help raise money for families like the Wickums in their times of need through the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Supermodified. Cash donations by you and our members, we're able to raise some money and give that back to the families when they're injured, drivers, or worse, like what happened to Randy Witkum. Well, let's close things up and say thank you so much for enjoying the show here tonight. And what a good run for everybody out there. Might have been a little low on car count. We might run an old gaming platform, but I think it was a pretty entertaining show throughout the race tonight. 125 laps, 34 minutes for a short track sanctioning, sim racing sanctioning body. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at Supers Online, as well as Facebook.com/Supers Online. On YouTube, we'll have all of our videos from the Keystone Nationals, as well as tonight's Randy Witkum Memorial, loaded within 72 hours to Supers Online Racing on. For production manager Kevin Timmons, thank you to BreezeGraphics.com for all the wonderful graphics here this week during the Keystone Nationals. Thanks to First to Finish Race Servers for hosting all of our servers, which are in-house servers. But most of all, thanks to all of you for tuning in 2 nights this week and throughout this 42 race season for live super modified sim racing. Hope you can join us next week. Until then, I'm Bob Gangler, reminding all of you to have a wonderfully happy Easter, celebrate with your family, and remember what this season is about. And please, whatever you do, keep it side up and wheels to the ground. See you next week.